Good morning, I'm Andrej, this is Vukas, and you should know this one. But you probably don't know him because he's a beginner influencer. Pavel Gorka, Lukasz Novak. Well, why are you here? So blue? Wait, I can ask. He has already spoken about why he chose Suzuki this year. Say it again briefly.
Well, yes, we're running the Suzuki GSX-R project. The idea is that we'll be riding a relatively stock motorcycle. Vukas is competing in the rookie class. I'm helping him to go fast. And I'm also trying to ride fast on this motorcycle at some track days. We're looking at what's missing to go faster.
We're looking.
Now let's move on to the interesting part, which is Vukas, who started riding a motorcycle years ago on the track, right?
The first time I was on a track was in 2016, and actually I was only there once that year. And since then I caught the bug and got a huge desire to race on the track.
Street, how long did you ride?
Before that I hadn't ridden a motorcycle for 5 years, and before that I rode occasionally for about 2 to 3 years. I rode a motorcycle, but that was between 2010 and 2013, over a few years.
So basically, you went out once and immediately got hooked, and you started on some old bike of yours, right?
Yeah, I just happened to buy an old Honda in 2016 and I decided to try riding on the track. I liked it, and I trained on it for 2 years so that I could possibly start racing.
All right, and now, from my own experience, it's theoretically much cheaper to buy a used motorcycle that's been set up for the track, right or not? The thing is, I know what comes with that because people have seen how much you sometimes have to struggle with a used motorcycle. How was it? Who convinced whom? Whose idea was it? Explain. Because I often write about this, but to give you a perspective, you had a used motorcycle and then you got on a new motorcycle that hasn't been modified.
All right. If you want to rebuild an old motorcycle so that it rides like a new one, then the costs we incur are so high that they bring the price of that motorcycle close to that of a new one. But it's still an old motorcycle, it's not a new one. It still has a certain number of kilometers on it, it's still prone to breakdowns, and there's still a risk it won't last until the end of the race. So simply put, if Suzuki offers a motorcycle that is practically ready to race straight out of the box, then why not? I realized this when I tested that Suzuki on one of the tracks, when Janusz Mikał, whom I mentioned earlier, brought the motorcycle over just for a test. And that's basically when I got hooked. Later on, it turned out that Pavel made a proposal. They worked something out with Suzuki and Janusz, and they decided it was a great idea to try riding a new motorcycle, not modify it, and enter it in the Cup. Polish, currently in the Sport 1000 class. Yes.
But without training, it just won't work. And I think that's what I notice. For example, when I come here for speed day, I follow JSEC or you on the track, or with someone else, because I know that many stock motorcycles straight out of the box, they really do work. But training and preparation for racing is a whole different ballgame, because you can show up, have a new motorcycle, buy new tires, and just burn fuel and waste it not knowing what you actually need to do.
That's true. On the track, the racing line is especially important above all else. We ride differently, we take corners differently on the street in city traffic, and the technique for taking corners on the track is a bit different, right? So that's a key element, and that's exactly what we worked on with Vukas, to teach him how to use the potential of the motorcycle. And I think that in the first round he competed in here in Poznan, it wasn't bad. Well, maybe in that first race he lacked a bit of racing experience. He attacked too early. He should have approached it a bit differently. Well, since it was, you could say, his first race in a pack where he was riding at the front, I wanted him to control the situation. If he was fast enough to keep up the pace, then great. I wanted him to ride behind those 2 or maybe 3 riders. Well, I wanted him to try to keep up with the leader's pace and, if possible, to make his move and attack on the final laps. But unfortunately, the race turned out so that he attacked already on the 4th lap. The guys were riding behind him, their pace was very similar, so they just waited and waited. Later, Vukas made a mistake, dropped to 4th place, but then finished 3rd. So I think that for his first start and lack of experience in such direct racing battles, you know, the emotions, everything all at once, it wasn't bad.
So there was a fight. Did you like it?
I liked it a lot, especially at the moment when I managed to take the lead. it's hard to think about strategy during your first race when emotions take over and I'm starting for the first time fighting and I'm just trying to overtake, that's it. And Power is quite right here, that the fact I overtook put me in the lead, but that lack of experience, that lack of racing experience and not being able to maintain my own pace meant that Arthur quickly countered me. Yeah, in the chase. Then I made another mistake and Christian also managed to overtake me, after which I tried, of course, to regain second place. Nevertheless, on the last lap, I wasn't able to overtake right before the finish line. Christian, so I finished third, but I think that for a debut, the fact that I made it onto the podium, that I managed to fight with the top riders in my class, I think that was really good. And also the motorcycle really performed excellently, it truly worked professionally.
What have you changed on your bike? Because we'll get back to Power in a moment.
Basically, what have I done? Well, I changed the gearing a bit, put on racing rear sets. The exhaust tip, I actually had a sport one because, well...
The catalytic converter stayed.
The catalytic converters, everything stayed. The suspension is stock, just well adjusted, we didn't make any changes, and the electronics and all other systems are standard.
Of course, the lines, can you finally have steel braided ones or not?
Yes, I installed steel braided lines, but now they're already long. I think since 2018 or 2019 it comes standard with those steel braided lines. But the stock brakes in this setup really do the job. There's absolutely no problem starting and actually winning races with this motorcycle.
I know that how do they say it? Where they chop wood?
Chips will fly.
So today we don't have W. Cash's motorcycle with us, but we will. So today we'll focus on this motorcycle, meaning yours, Powell. You've already started doing something here. I know you removed the catalytic converter and kept the stock muffler so there wouldn't be any noise issues. What else have you done and what else will you do?
Actually, I haven't done anything because only the header has been changed so far. I'll definitely have to change the gearing because I need it set up a bit differently. That gearing needs to be tuned. And I'll probably also put on steel brake lines for the race. Just steel ones so that...
It's still running on rubber hoses.
To calm my nerves.
Alright, so let's do it this way today. Today you'll get the camera and you'll be soldering, you'll be training. Just some polite driving, that's it. So, and that's how it is. Just a little bit today.
We'll try to drive a bit because, like I said, the gear ratios more or less, I already have some ideas, I have a concept for it, I need to change it. Because unfortunately with this stock gearing today, during that one session I did in second gear, with this motorcycle I have to ride from the small hairpin almost all the way to the forest in second gear, and when you close the throttle a bit there, the engine braking is really strong and the weight shifts forward on the bike. And in fast corners it gets a bit twitchy.
Let's go ride the bikes, because our time is almost up. Cheers.
Aye.
Do you want to give a shout out to anyone?
Well, generally shout out to everyone who like to race. Try it, ride, and give it your best. It's great fun.
Do you want to give a shout out to anyone? No,
Alright, that's enough.
come on, give someone a shout out.
Alright, shout out to everyone.
Give me a shout out.
Andrej, first and foremost.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks for watching.